play to carve your opponent up all over the field. Coming up next. This is Full Game Prometheus, the only YouTuber that actually gives you full games of all the tips and schemes I post on my channel. I'll show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Alright, so guys, if you're new to my channel, you're looking for daily tips, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also, that notification icon so you can get my daily uploads. This is going to be the second part of a 4-part series out of the Eagles playbook. Single back, Deuce, Y flex is the formation. Previously, I actually showed you how to utilize a quick pitch motion scheme to attack your opponent with outside runs using a halfback counter and also using the halfback dive as your base runs. Now we're going to take a look at another audible that actually, when I looked at this playbook, I was like, I was totally going to trash it. Then I ran it a couple times and I said, it's a really cool play. And it's one of your base audibles. It's the curl Y hook. So what's cool about this particular formation is that I don't have to go in and make any adjustments with my I only have to make one adjustment with my audibles. So it's a playbook. I can jump in and make one quick adjustment with my quick audibles, and I can go into this and start carving my opponent up. So let's go ahead and take a look at this against man coverage, because this really destroys man coverage, and then it's going to blow up a lot of other coverages too. Alright, so we're going to be using man coverages, in particular man blitzes, and really our first progression in our read is going to be Jeffrey. This is going to be the guy that we're going to look at, and against man coverages, this is just a timing route. You're basically going to go ahead and get a first down every time with this route against any kind of man coverages. So if you got an opponent that runs man coverage, he's going to be giving up 15 yards until he figures out how to stop this play. And that's going to basically set things up for you, because this is a deep dig route and it's very, very glitching against any kind of off coverage, man coverage. And a lot of times you'll get people that have like Mike blitzes and stuff like that. And as you can see, this wide receiver, the wide receiver number 2 is always going to get separation, and it's going to be a fairly easy completion because he's going to get his body in front of the ball, in front of the defender. So that's what I do love about this particular play against man coverage, is that it just eats it up. It just eats it right up. So you've also got the crossing route with Ertz, which is going to get pretty good separation, especially if you've got a fast a tight end. But that dig route, or basically that in route by the wide receiver number 2, is going to be the big one. If you got press coverage like this, you see how Torrey Smith on the left hand side is pressed. That'd be an opportunity to go ahead and hit your opponent with for a rack opportunity. Now, I didn't get off the block, but that basically is one of those type of situations where with your number 1 wide receiver, you want to go ahead and take that shot up top. So against man coverage, this is going to be one of the better plays to go and jump in against man coverage, because you're going to have those fast progressions and reads. You're going to be able to get some pretty easy first downs with it. So let's go ahead and take a look at this against cover 2. Now, against cover 2, I thought that this was basically the kryptonite to this play against cover 2, because this play will eat up pretty much any other coverages in the game. But ironically, no, it isn't. Now, if you take a look at Torrey Smith's route on the left-hand side, he's actually it's a streak fade route. You see, he kind of goes off the left. If you streak him up at just a regular streak route, and even though how subtle this is, it's a night and day difference in what you can do against your opponent if he runs cover 2. Now, once again, you're generally going to have a person in the area of the field, but this is what's going to give you the opportunity to go and get a big play, is the streak route on the backside by your number 1 wide receiver. If he's in cover 2, that number 1 wide receiver should get leverage against the zone coverages, and because all those other route combinations on the backhand side are basically preoccupying all those yellow zones, this route should be an opportunity for you to get a big play right there. So that actually was a cover 2 carry. So let's go ahead and see if we can go ahead and get the type of coverage we're looking at again. Yep, there we go, and it's just a bad pass. I actually have the Foles in as the quarterback, and he sprays the ball all over the place. He's definitely not one of the best elite quarterbacks in the game. So definitely someone you want to go ahead and pull out of your team if you're actually using him in the Eagles. But right here against cover 2, easy completion right there. He just dropped by Torrey Smith, but in MUT, you're going to catch these plays. You're going to get some pretty big first downs and have an opportunity to go ahead and get touchdowns just like this against cover 2. All right, so against cover 3, if you're still unsure what your opponent's doing, if he's using a cover 2, show 2, just streak up Smith. That route is really going to be dead. Really what we're going to be looking to is this route right here with Jeffries. And a lot of times what's going to happen is he's going to still get separation. The routes by the tight ends, Ertz and Selleck, are really going to preoccupy a lot of defenders. And if nobody goes into, if no one falls in that area, you just go and drop it down to the running back because it's obviously that area is flat. So that's going to be the kind of the area that we're going to look to. And as you can see right here, the running back area is flat against cover 3. So really going to look just two areas in cover 3. You're going to be looking to Jeffries to see if the defender actually pulls. If he does, because he goes to a flat, that's going to be open for another 15 yards. So if it's a cloud, if it's like a curl flat type situation, the curl is going to get gobbled up, and the flat will be wide open, so you can check it down to that. If he's in a hard flat, that curl is going to be open for a 15-yard gain. So you're really going to put your opponent in a situation where he's got to pick his poison. He's not going to know what to actually to go ahead and defend. He's going to have to try to go with naval coverage, and that's actually going to open up the middle of the field for you too. So this is a very, very hard play to go and defend. You can see like that 15 yards right there. So let's take a look at cover 4, probably a very common defense you're going to see, especially if they're having trouble stopping your run. All right, so with cover 4, really what's going to happen is you're going to be able to go and destroy him with that route right there. So that's why you really want to go and look to the wide receiver Jeffrey 2 is your first and primary read, because a lot of times he's going to get the separation against the cover 2 coverage, or cover 4 coverage. So you can pretty much deliberately just pop that as much as you want and pick up the yards. Now what's going to happen is a lot of times they might use that area. You've got the crossing route by Ertz will be wide open. You've also got basically the other route, which is going to be by Selleck, especially if your guy is trying to use her or try to take that ball away. So you'll see a lot of times this route will get wide open based on some of the coverages. Let's take a look at this at cover 6. I would say that from a standpoint of like what defense is really going to stop this play would be a cover 6. So I don't generally break down cover 6s in my breakdowns, but I'm going to show it to you right now. All right, I actually chose to go with a cover 9 right here because this is probably going to be something that's really going to lock this play up. But this is where things get a little bit interesting with this particular play, is that Ertz is going to be an area of the field that you're probably going to have to look at, and also Selleck going over the middle. Those are going to be the areas you're going to have to look at against the cover 9. So this will actually get a cover 9 will pretty much close up a lot of those deep patterns, but you still got that flat route that should be wide open. So you can still treat this like a cover 3 type of read by hitting the flat, but with the crossing routes by the tight ends, you should be able to hit those too. So you've got basically Selleck right over the middle with the routes. So you're pretty much going to cover every single area. Most people use her in the middle of the field. So Selleck's probably going to be wide open, or you're going to have basically Ertz, who's going to get wide open too with this type of coverage. So that's where if he tries to jump into some kind of a goofy coverage, which would be like a cover 6 or cover 9, even though it shuts down some of the main routes I want to attack, those middle routes will get to the inside. So guys, once again, thank you for your support. If you do like this stuff, hit the like button. I'll be rolling out more of these tips, more of the Philadelphia playbook, but once again, this is part 2 of a 4-part series. We'll be breaking down a couple more plays that are very, very easy to run, very simplistic, and it can get very good separation and get some really deep balls. So if you throw this curl U hook into the scheme, it's going to force your opponent to attack protect the middle of the field, and now you're going to be attacking the outside. So once again, to my subscribers, thank you for your support, and until next time.